Well, if you don't know me, I'm Jonathan Riley, the organizing director. Marilyn Hartman's running this training with me, and she's been done just years and years of canvassing and done work with the Deep Canvassing Institute. That we're focused on a kind of a specific a tip here today that isn't that complicated, but you do need to be prepared to implement it, which is how to get people to talk to you who in just the first part of the conversation don't really want to come outside and talk to you. So they like are talking to you through the screen door. They look at you like they're not sure if you're a salesman or you're fundraising or something. And they're giving you kind of suspicious energy here. And so we're working, this is, we've done other trainings that about kind of once you get deep into the conversation and they have like kind of deeper concerns, what's the, bigger thing. This is about the first 30 to 60 seconds of the conversation. Because, we talk to 30, you'll knock on 30 doors and you may talk to 5 to 10 people. So this is going to try and get you closer to 10 than 5. We're trying to get a few more conversations out, get them to engage with you for real. And then often once you can get people to talk to you for just that little bit, they'll realize this isn't a fundraising pitch and you're not a salesperson. And actually you seem really friendly, and no, why not? I'm in the conversation, and then they'll warm up and come and talk to you. And that doesn't happen every single time, but if you are just politely persistent in that beginning stage, you can often get more folks to talk. So like the key big, we'll look at this more in detail, but the big picture thing is you do not reflect their suspicious or standoffish energy. Like if they seem sketched out or suspicious, you do not react by looking withdrawn yourself, because what you want is for you to just ignore this kind of they don't know what's going on. You know what's going on. You know that you're a volunteer working for a good cause, and that this is just some democracy, and that you're going to have a short conversation, that you're not asking that much of them, that you just want them to talk to you for a few minutes. You know that it's no big deal. They don't know that. So you show them that this is a friendly, easy conversation by being friendly, calm, and confident and smiling. And there's a natural human reaction to mirror emotions. And so your natural reaction may be to mirror their suspicion, their standoffish emotional energy. But you have to resist that. And instead, you be calm, confident, and smiling. And there's a natural reaction for them to react by mirroring that and smiling themselves and being friendly back, and realizing that you're such a friendly, neighborly volunteer that really they don't want to send you away. Like they want to talk to you. And that works and that works a lot of the time. That doesn't work every single time. If they actually are like, they need to go to the hospital because their wife's having a baby, like you're not going to be able to get through. Okay. It doesn't work every single time, but it does work often enough. Really the person who most taught me this about how to do this is my mother, who keeps me a little bit longer at her house than I wanted to be there. I go, well, start to stand up, and she goes, yeah. So as I was saying, and I go, yeah. Okay. Well, I got a lot to do today, Mom. And she goes, yeah, oh, me too. I mean, we're just busy as can be. Let me tell you about it. I mean, first we had to go over to Janie's house. I mean, and then I'm like, well, I guess I'll sit down and talk for 10 more minutes. She knows I'm sending her signals that I want to leave. She knows, and she just ignores them and continues to be a lovely motherly woman, and pretends like I'm being a good son, and then I just go ahead and be a good son because that's the role she's created for me. So I just fall into it. So and so, but you do that for 30 seconds and then you're trying to get them to actually engage with a conversation with you. So that's the big picture tip. But so here's some examples of, this isn't like a full PowerPoint, but it's just one little slide here of, and the biggest thing is body language, smiling, waving when they come to the door, even if they're talking to you through the screen, and being being calm and confident, which calm and confident, the way you do that is you smile and you talk slowly. You smile and you don't talk so fast you seem rushed. I mean, that's the way that to fake being calm and confident is you smile and speak slowly, don't rush yourself. But so here's just some positive responses to sort of suspicious questions. So if they say, "What do you want?" You say, "Thanks for asking. I'm a volunteer with the Durham Democrats. We're out here talking to folks about this election. What's your name?" So you respond positively in a way that interprets their question as not negative but positive, and then jump right into the script, or kind of jump into whatever pitch you're ready to give, even if you don't say it. Marilyn doesn't say my script exactly word for word, but the point is you respond as if their question is not. I mean, look, if they say, "Get off my property," you should leave. Like if they are actually say, we're not talking to people at the door at all, then you should leave. But "What do you want?" isn't that. What they're asking, "What do you want?" That's great. I'd love to tell you what we want. We'd love to tell you what we need here from you. Yeah, thanks for asking. So sometimes they might say something like, "We're already registered." And you say, "Perfect, we're looking for registered voters." Like, you qualify. You've actually just qualified yourself as the right kind of person to talk to us. You thought you disqualified, but no, we're looking for registered voters to talk to you about this election. And another version of that would be like, "Oh, we already vote for Democrats." And you're like, "Oh, great. We're looking for Democratic voters. I'm sure you know that this election is critically important. A lot of our personal rights are on the line." You've heard this Mark Robinson guy, right, is planning on passing a total ban on abortion with no exceptions. He's the Republican candidate for governor. So you answer this positively and then hop back into the script without giving them another chance to rush you off. Okay. So I'm busy. Again, like if their wife is having a baby and they're like urgently busy, then saying, "I'll give you the quick version" is not going to work. But or if or if they're just in a simpler, if they're in a mandatory Zoom meeting for their work and they have to get back on screen, maybe they really can't talk to you. And so saying, "I'll be brief," like they're going to say again, "No, no, like for real, I'm in a work meeting. I can't take this right now." And that's fine if they again clarify that they're actually really busy. But a lot of times, listen, everyone that we talked to was doing something before you rang their doorbell. Like they're not sitting in their house staring at the wall, like waiting for people to come to the door. Like everyone was doing something. So if they were putting their shoes on, going on to the grocery store, they may be busy because like their mind is focused on this task of going to the grocery store, but it's not actually urgent. Like they could delay that by 5 minutes. It'd be fine. I mean, sometimes my partner Jamie will come downstairs and she'll want to tell me a story about her work or something, and I'll think like, "I'm answering emails right now. I'm too busy to talk to you." But actually, the emails are not urgent. It's just that my mind was focused on this thing. But if I wanted to just, give her 5 minutes to like connect with me, I could. And I realized, you know what, actually, I'll put my work aside for 5 minutes and talk to her for a second, and then I'll get my attention back on my work I was doing. But sometimes it's not that it's urgent. It's just that their mind is focused on it. So you just try one time. "Oh, I'll give you the quick version. We're talking to folks about this election. The Republican candidate for governor wants to pass a total abortion ban with no exceptions. Are you voting for Democrats up and down the ballot in 2024?" So you just try one more time. And again, if they interrupt you and are like, "No, like I really am urgently busy," they say that a second time, then that's fine to let that go. But it's just good to try one more time with all of these things. And none of this just works every single time, but it'll get you a few more conversations. And the goal is for the whole conversation not to be like this, but just to push forward a little bit, be politely persistent for the first 30 to 60 seconds until they decide like, "Well, now I'm engaged. I actually am a Democrat and you're saying things I agree with. And so like I am willing to talk to you here." So then one other tip I want to give that's not exactly along these lines. We're trying to get folks, but it's about how to ask for things. This isn't necessarily about how to get people to talk to you who were initially resistant, but mistake I see is we're trying to get people this, when we go door to door, we ask people to scan a QR code that puts a reminder in their phone to early vote. And the way you say that is, we're asking people to scan this QR code that puts a reminder in your phone to early vote. And then you stop talking and hold the QR code up. But some people, that is actually not a question, right? Where I say we're asking people, but it doesn't end in a question mark. It ends in a period. It's like assertive, and then you stop talking, and now it's their turn to either get their phone out or not. And that's the assertive way to present that. But the other ways you say, would you be interested at all in getting a reminder by getting this QR code? And then it's about whether they're interested in doing it or not. And so then they're like, am I interested? No, I'm not interested. But it's like, it's not about that. It's not about whether they're interested. It's that we're asking people to do this. So would you do it? Because for me, because we're asking people to do this. So when you ask people for things, it should end in a period. It should be like this assertive, without a ton of, that doesn't have to have a long begging explanation. One other mistake though people do is going back to this idea of what to do at the very beginning of a conversation to get through is they will insert, do you have a minute to talk into the beginning of the conversation? Like, would you be willing to talk to me? And then waiting for an answer. And they do that especially when it seems like the person is initially standoffish. And you're just like saying, would you like me? We're here to talk about the election, but you want me to just leave? What is it? You want me to just leave? I'll just leave if you want me to. You're like already doing that. So you need to show them what this conversation is by doing the conversation. And that was what shows them that it's no big deal, is that you kind of get into what your pitch is, and that demonstrates to them that it's this friendly neighborly thing, and you're just talking to people about the election and you're Democrats, and you demonstrate what it is by just doing it and not by asking permission to talk to them in the beginning. Okay, so those are some tips. Be politely persistent at the beginning here. And again, if someone is very firm that they don't want to talk to you, like that's fine. It's their right. But if that's not what it is, if they're not saying leave, if you're just interpreting signals of standoffishness, that's not a reason to not still be friendly, still be polite, and still like interpret their questions or their statements as if they're friendly, and as if they still might want to talk to you. And then they may find themselves falling into that role of actually wanting to talk to you. So yeah, so Marilyn and I, we're doing a role play now, right, Marilyn? Do a demonstration. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to be
Turn
the
on your
grumpy.
mic, Marilyn.
What? Yeah, Marilyn's muted.
Thanks, Bree.
So I'm going to be the grumpy voter, and Marilyn's going to be the politely persistent canvasser here.
Okay, and I just want to add one more thing. I'm going to actually try following your script more or less, because I usually do not do that. I may do things in slightly different order, but I'm going to stay closer to it than I usually do, just to see how it works.
Yeah. It's the script, that my script is never like you have to do it this way. It's really what I say, but you can always be a little more conversational, and you can do it in a little bit of a different order. But I think it's easier. This is one reason I think it's easier to do this, to use this to say the same kind of thing every time, is because then you can pivot back into what you've already planned on saying. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Okay, so go ahead. So you knock on my door.
Okay. Knock, knock.
Linda,
Mm-hmm.
someone at the door. Hey, are you expecting somebody? Hey, what do you need?
There, my name's Marilyn. I'm with the Durham Democratic Party. I have a button right here, and I'm out today to talk to voters about this election that's coming up. My name's
Oh yeah, yeah. We're registered. We're already registered.
Perfect, perfect. That's great. That's exactly the kind of person we want to talk to. I'm glad you registered. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
there's this big election coming up this year, and it's going to make a huge difference for our state and our country. Our rights are on the line, and so how are you feeling about the election?
Oh yeah. I mean, we vote for Democrats. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay, great. That's really good to hear too. Good. So we are you planning to vote up and down the ballot for Democrats?
Yeah, yeah. Hold on a second. Let me put it in my dog. Hold on. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So your
All
your
right. Now
dog.
I'm coming outside. Now I'm paying attention for real now.
Okay, great.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, election, it's crazy this year. It's been nuts.
Yeah, yeah. Are you worried about it? Are you excited about it?
Oh man, well, we got a new candidate now, and so just really hoping we can beat this Trump guy, you know.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you're planning to vote up and down the ballot. That's great. And because it's not just the president, we have governor and we've got judges, and it's all going to make a huge difference for our state. There's a Republicans have the super majority in the legislature, and they've gotten taken over the courts, and we're just going to have to work our way back to sanity. That's my view.
Well,
Does that sound
I
right?
guess I'm glad you're out here doing this. I'm not the kind of person that does that, but yeah, I'm glad that we got people out in the field doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, thanks, thanks. Yeah, well, I like talking to voters, so I'm happy to be doing it. So, we're asking people to scan this QR code. It'll put a reminder on your phone to about the first day of voting. It's just a one-time reminder, and we're asking people to do that.
Well, I don't have my phone. Would I have to go get my phone?
Yeah, that'd be great. Sure, I can wait.
Okay. All right.
Okay, here's the QR code.
There you go.
Okay, great. Yeah. Are
Okay, I
you
got it. I
okay?
got it. That's kind of neat, actually. That's cool.
Yeah, sometimes people find it really useful. Life gets busy and you don't always pay attention when voting starts. So this will tell you when the first day of voting is. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you said you're not the kind of person who volunteers, but we'd love to have you. And if you ever want to get involved, is that something you'd consider?
I wish I could say yes, but honestly, we work full time. We got 3 kids, and I
Well,
don't think we're gonna have time for that. But we'll vote. We'll vote though.
okay, great, great. Would you like to get on our email list so you just keep up with what the Durham Democrats are doing?
I get so many emails about this
Okay,
election. I don't think I'll forget or I get asked for money every day. It seems like,
okay. I get
but
it. I
hey,
get it.
can I get you a bottle of water or something?
Oh, thanks. I really appreciate that. It's been hot out here, but I've got some water in my car. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks. Thanks.
Okay, great.
Thanks for talking to me. And your wife too is on board with you said
Yeah.
all this too?
Oh yeah, yeah. We're big Democrats in this house.
Okay. Glad to know that. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk with me today. I appreciate that.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Have a good day. Appreciate
Okay.
it.
Yeah, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, yeah. So look, this was a guy that was intimidating at first, but this really happens that they are intimidating at first, but then they realize what this is. They realize that they do agree with you,
Mhm.
and they basically warm up. And I think sometimes men are the worst about this, but that's not every single time. Oh, I like what see how Marilyn reacted when I was like, what I'd have to get my cell phone for that. And she just answered the question, which is, yeah, that'd be great.
That's
That's
because
the
you told me
answer
to
to the
say,
question.
that's
Yeah.
because yesterday when we talked, you told me to say that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the answer to the question. That's the answer. You don't like apologize and say, never mind, you don't have to. You just answer the question as in a positive way. Um, okay, so here I don't have the agenda. Let me get the agenda in front of me. I think we're gonna um break
Yeah,
into
breakout groups.
breakout groups right now.
So there are 6 of us, so four, maybe just do pairs instead of, well, they're
Yeah.
five. No, excuse me, there are
One,
4 of us.
two,
Two,
three,
two
four,
pairs.
five. Yeah, there's 5. So
Oh,
because
plus,
we have
yeah, 2 people in one group.
okay.
You do
Yeah,
that.
do you want to do, well, Marilyn, do you want to run a breakout room and then be you want to be the grumpy person and I'll play the grumpy person and you play the grumpy person. So is that okay?